Hey guys, it's Tinker Tailor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. Today we have Marowak, who is a ground type Pokemon. It's also described as a bone keeper Pokemon. So similar to Cubone before, it does kind of still look a little bit like Charmander to me. In that, yeah, it's like a faded orange sort of... Like if you had the Charmander orange colour and you added just a little bit of brown paint to it, just like a tiny bit of brown paint to it and a tiny bit of white paint to it, like that orange, and you mixed it all in, it just became it become a little bit like less bright orange, but also not as like it wouldn't be darker because the white would lighten it, the brown would soften the brightness of the orange, you know what I mean, like that sort of thing. So yeah, it's like a soft orangey brown colour. It has, like, if you know what Charmander looks like, then yeah, you kind of know what the body looks like. It's got the little tummy in a different colour with the segmented lines on it. The tummy colour is kind of a cream colour, I guess, a really light cream colour. And this Pokemon does wear a skull. So like Cubone, how Cubone wears its mother's skull, Marowak is the skull is now a part of the Pokemon's head. Like it's a part of the body of the Pokemon, so you can't take it off. And it also carries another bone. I believe it uses it like a club. And yeah, I don't know, it gave me secret society vibes. I don't know what that means, so I decided why not do a boarding school and then do like a little underground secret society thing. It's nothing big, nothing huge, you know, it's not a huge society, it's a very small one with only a few people a part of it, so it's a very small room. You wouldn't realise it by looking at the outside of this house, but yeah, there's a little secret society below. And yeah, I don't know, I had a lot of fun with this build. It was, the outside of it became way funner than I thought it would be. For such a serious looking Pokemon, and, you know, like a boarding school is pretty serious and whatnot, it turned into something not so serious, which I kind of like. I like that it's a bit different, a bit fun, a little bit out there. To me, it started looking like cake at some point, and I'm not really sure why, but it did. And I ended up using quite a few packs, unfortunately. On the gallery, I think it's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 packs. I think the first page of the gallery is 14. So yeah, I think I used 23 packs, which is a bit much. But if you are looking for some pack restricted, definitely go check out my starter builds. My starters are pack restricted. They have, I think it's a maximum of 4. One of them might be 5, but there are a handful of them that are 1 pack only. I do try and, I did at the start go, okay, I'm going to use 1 pack, 1 of each pack and 1 kit. I don't have to use 1 of each of everything. Like if I don't want to use a kit, I don't have to use a kit, but I can't use multiple of everything. I have a max of 4. I think one of them I did break it and use 5. But yeah, quite a few of them I also used only 1. There's a few that are just Island Living, I think a few that are just Horse Ranch, and there is one coming up that is 5 expansion packs, which I know are the most expensive. It was not intentional, so with the non-starters, I don't have a pack limit. If I pack limit it, it's purely by accident. But yeah, there's one coming up that just has 5, and I would say they're kind of broad ranging in new to old. Like the oldest one is Get Together and the newest one is Business and Hobbies. But it's kind of a bit of everything, and I like that. So I do apologise for having so many packs in this one. I do feel like I need to pack restrict a little bit more in some of these builds, because I do want to make sure that as many people as possible can use these builds. But sometimes when I start building, like with this build, I just went with whatever it was. Like I just had fun with it. I went out of my way to just do whatever I wanted, really. Like, sometimes I again, I do want to build for you guys who are pack restricted, absolutely. And to be perfectly honest, I would absolutely love to give everyone the packs of their dreams if I could. You know, if I ever become a billionaire, please call up this video, find this video, and call me out and say, you said if you could, you would, and I will. I will put money into Sims for you guys specifically to have whatever packs and kits that you want, or to I'll just give EA X amount of money to give everyone the newest stuff for free, if you please. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it, but it's there free. It'll always be free. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think I'm ever gonna become a billionaire. And yeah, but you know, there's hope, and I would love to be able. It's not that I want the money. I want to be able to share with you guys. I wanna, you know, yes, money is nice, and it can help you live, and it can help you be happy, and you know, you don't have to stress about a lot of different things. And the things you do stress about, you can get people to help you with that. You know, if you are somebody who really struggles with keeping your house clean, for example, you could hire a cleaner. If you really struggle with the commute to work, you could just buy a new house closer to work, or hire a driver, or I don't know. You could do all these things, but I don't necessarily. I don't want to live in the lap of luxury. I don't want, you know, bougie. I don't want, you know, marble tiled floors and oh, this sink was made in this place here using these really rare items. Like, I don't need rare items. I'm happy with quite a lot. Like, the things I have. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Right now, I'm using a Samsung TV from 2008. It's very old. It's almost 20 years. Wait, it's what, 17 years old now? If I can count properly, I think it's 17 years old now. And it works. Like, is it the right, or not orientation, what's the word, the right resolution? No. But I have another monitor that is the right resolution. That monitor's also on its way out, but it's not broken yet, so I'm safe, I'm good. Until this one breaks. You know, I'm happy to have things that work. Same with my roommates. I think I talked about this in a previous video, but our kettle just broke the other week. And that kettle is like 20 years old, and the only thing, like, it's easily fixable. It could have been fixed. And I'm kind of mad that I didn't think about this until just then, but the little spout thing, it's an electric kettle. So yeah, where the water pours out, that little spout thing fell off. It still worked, and I was using it without the spout, but it's not my kettle. It's my roommate's kettle, and they were like, no, we just want to get a one that's not risking burning you or pouring water all over the floor, which I get. We've got animals, and some of those animals would absolutely walk up to boiling hot water and walk into it because they've got exactly one brain cell between them. But yeah, look, it's if long story short, if I could gift you guys packs, I absolutely would. Let me know down below, what pack do you not have that you really kind of want to get? Because I think, yeah, I looking at this series, I've been recording what packs I do and don't use, and it's been quite interesting to look at, because there are some packs that I'm like, wow, really, I used that? Where did I use that? Like, for example, my first pet stuff. What from that pack would I use? It's the curtains. It's well, they're not curtains, they're blinds, shutters. I don't really know what they're called, but they're like pull down curtains rather than pull across curtains. But they're not I don't know what the correct word is. It's not curtain. But those I actually quite like, because they're so simple, they're so plain. If you get it right, you can actually get them inside certain windows, and I love it. I think it's brilliant and fantastic. I don't know why you'd have it inside the window, but I feel like it's something that maybe people would have, and it shows that the windows are double glazed, I guess. guess. So yeah, I don't know. I think it would be fun and interesting to have such things, that made no sense. I swear. I'm sorry. I think, yeah, it's interesting to look at what builds and packs I've been using. I will be running an analysis as well on the Pokemon types and the, what do you call it, like the packs that I used along with them. And, okay, if I use fire type, am I more likely to use Horse Ranch? Because that's one I definitely feel is true. I feel like I use a lot of Horse Ranch for fire type. Water type, I feel like I use a lot of Island Living. But I've also been tracking how many packs I've been using and how often. Like, I just simply, how many times have I used this pack? And so far, looking at it, the ones that I think I've been using a lot are not the ones that I've been using the most, which is quite interesting. So yeah, definitely want to run a bunch of analysis on all of that. I would love to be able to, yeah, basically just have a look at each and every Pokemon, each and every type, all the packs and kits that are used. What packs and kits get used the most together? What worlds and lot sizes? I want all of it to be analyzed against all of it. But to do that, I do need to get an analysis program and put all the data in, and it's gonna be a lot, and it's gonna be exhausting, but I'm gonna do it. And hopefully it works out in the end. Because I don't know, I do kind of like analysing data, I really do, and I could use, something just like, Excel or Google Sheets or whatever, and run the analysis through that, but I want it to be a very in-depth analysis. I want it to be very, like, like almost reading like a scientific journal. Because of the fact that, yeah, I've studied a lot at uni, I've read a lot of journals, and I've done a lot of statistics classes, and I've learned how to read them, so I want it to be like that, where I can be like, okay, I'm this sure, whereas, when you are not somebody who has studied a lot of these statistics classes and things like that, you may think slightly differently and may see correlation when there might not actually be. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to run a lot of different analysis. But yeah, definitely let me know down below if you are somebody who does do statistical analyses regularly. Let me know what type of analyses you'd use, because I'll be honest, even though, yes, I've been to uni and it all made sense when I did it, 90% of it has left my head. So I don't know what I would use, and how I would do it. But I'm going to have fun trying to figure it out, Probably cry a little bit, Google a lot of things, probably find some sort of Reddit thread that has all the questions I need already answered. If not, I'll probably find myself asking the questions. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of a fun little project to do, because there's just so much I can do for it, so much behind the scenes stuff, like I said, analytical stuff. I like maths, I like that sort of stuff. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I like it, so yeah, definitely let me know down below if you are another math type oriented person, and what, just for reference, I'm probably going to be using JASP. I'm not paying for SPSS or anything else. I'm probably just going to use JASP because it's free, and because I don't want to pay for a program that I'm going to use for one thing, basically. I mean, it's going to be a years long project, and it's going to take me a long time to put all the data in and things like that, but also, like, I don't want to be paying for a very long time for something that I'm only putting one set of data in, basically, Yes, it's a lot of one set of data, but, there's definitely other things I pay for out there that I use, for video editing and thumbnail stuff and behind the scenes stuff. Like, I'm happy to pay for things, but yeah, I just don't think paying for SPSS makes a lot of sense in my mind. I mean, I didn't even pay for it when I was at uni because my uni had it, so I would just go into my uni and use their computers, and it's a lot easier because I I don't even think my computer could run it. I had a laptop at that point, and at some point it barely could open Word. So yeah, I doubt it could have run SPSS without probably blowing it up. But anyway, I should probably talk about the build more. I do know that I ramble on a lot about random things, but I am trying to bring it back to the building, to the what I'm actually doing. So even though the outside of this build is really, really fun and for some reason reminds me of cake, I don't know, it looked like an iced building. Like, it looked like, I don't know, you know, when I don't know, it just looks like icing to me. I don't know how else to explain it. But the inside is a little bit more, I don't want to say formal, but a little bit more formal, I guess. It's a little bit more, like darker inside. It's a bit more calm. And I had a lot of fun with it. It was definitely different and interesting to do the inside. I don't think looking at the outside you would expect this to be the inside, but to be perfectly honest with you guys, I have no idea what else I would have picked on the inside. So yeah, it's a dorm, I say a dorm house, it's a boarding house. The idea is it's kind of like a boarding house for really, really, really hard to get into school. I don't know if it's a university, I don't know if it's a college, I don't know if it's a high school, but it's some sort of school where, yeah, you have only the smartest, hardest working people on the planet here, and not even celebrities can pay their way into this school, which I think is brilliant. I mean, it's a school I made up, but yeah, it's like super secretive, no one really knows about it. The only way to know about it and get in is to say, to be reached out and be like, hey, we want you, because they see your stuff, that your life, what it's like and whatnot, and how much, you know, your grades and whatever. So yeah, you can't just enter it. It's something that they reach out to you, and you have to be super, super secretive about it. And they make up some sort of thing about like how you actually live and go to uni or school or whatever at a different place. You know, maybe they give you a name of like another rich school, a really fancy high-end school, and whatever, but you secretly go here, and if you go here you can do whatever you want in the world. Like, you can be whatever you want in the world, because this is where all the world elite, I don't know, I'm totally making things up. I don't think I would want to go to a school like this, because I feel like it would be way too much stress on me. You know, I went to a pretty good uni. It was yeah, I would say it was pretty good. I looked at the stats of where it sits versus other schools for what I was studying, and I'm pretty happy with where it's at. In fact, yeah, some of the other unis that were around weren't ranked as highly, and I didn't want to go to, when I did my third degree, so I did a double degree and then I did a single degree. When I did my single degree, I was like, I don't really want to move to a whole new uni, I'll just keep going to this one. Like, it's a good uni. So that's what I ended up doing, and I enjoyed it, and it was good. So yeah, I hope, I don't know what that, I was gonna say I hope you guys enjoyed that, but that doesn't make any sense. I apologize. I'm always all over the place, but yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the idea of this school, is it's like a really, really rich, fancy, bougie boarding school, and you know, they've got heaps of space here. I did do like a frat house the other day, and they've got like really small squishy rooms, and you can't really add any more furniture to it. But like, these rooms you could absolutely add. I mean, it's already got technically a couch seating area, which is the window seating area. It's got a desk, it's got a wardrobe, it's got a fireplace, the bed. But if you wanted, you could add like a little seating area by the fireplace. You could add, I mean, if you wanted to, you could add a second bed in here. It's huge. Like, if you wanted to have guests stay over, you could absolutely have a second bed in here. It's that big. Or if you want to put in like, I don't know what else you'd want to put in. I know at uni, when I lived there for a little bit, I had a fridge in my room until I had enough people that I trusted that I did end up taking that fridge and putting it in the common area. But first I lived in the dorms, and then I lived in a bit more of an apartment flat sort of area. And yeah, when I lived there, that's when I started taking my fridge out of the room because I was just not interested in having it in my room anymore. Especially during the summer, it was so hot, it was so cramped. Like, at least in the dorm, I could hide it in the cupboard. It was a huge space, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. If you do end up downloading this and using it as a quote unquote boarding school, there's definitely heaps of space for you to add other things. So there's 4 bedrooms upstairs and 1 bedroom downstairs. So you could kind of have it like maybe like a teacher or a guardian or something like that lives in the downstairs room, and then the upstairs is where all of the students live. Or it could just be, if that's like a high school boarding school, whereas if it's a university or a college boarding school, I don't really, I've never been to a university that's also a boarding house, but like maybe these fancy places have buildings like this. Yeah, maybe it's just like 5 people who live there, and maybe the person who lives downstairs kind of by themselves is somebody who maybe is studying like a really long degree, or they're at the end of their degree, or they just like being separated, or maybe there is like a guardian there, I guess. I don't know. It's really kind of up to you guys if you guys want to download and play it. There is a big kitchen, a big dining room, a big lounge area, and an office / library / study space. So yes, like if you do use this as a boarding house, you can use it as you can go study in your room, you can go study in, I guess, knowing The Sims, any other person's room, or in that office space downstairs. I don't think there's any computers in this place because I kind of built it blank, I guess. Like, no one quite lives here yet. There are toothbrushes in the bathrooms, and towels hanging up already, but yeah, I thought it's fine. Let's put a little bit of clutter around so it doesn't feel as blank and empty, but yeah, the rest of it is pretty simple, pretty plain, and yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of a fun little place that I really did have a lot of fun with. And the landscaping I'm pretty happy with too. So when I bulldozed this lot, I saw that the person who had built this, because I think this is in, what's the Life and Death world? Ravenwood? So whoever built this had made the fence line not as big as the lot line, so there was a big gap around the edges, but it worked. It looked really good, and it actually took me a solid minute to notice that that's what was happening. So yeah, I ended up kind of taking that idea and doing this similar sort of thing, and I really thoroughly enjoy that. Sometimes I feel like I do really big lots, but the builds don't quite fill up the lot, and then I have to deal with all this space around. But it's such a smart idea, like absolutely brilliant idea, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that into the future because it really, really did help me with this lot. Otherwise, we would have just had this really awkwardly big backyard that I had no idea what to do with. And instead, yeah, we had a nice sized backyard that wasn't too big. It's a little bit of landscaping here and there. I think a seating area and a bird bath, and that was about it. But yeah, I don't know, it was quite a fun little build to do. I say little build, this is a kind of a big build. And I did stream it as well, so I do apologise for all the awkward pauses. I thought I cut them out. Turns out I did not. But yeah, if you guys want to see me have a build live, I do build, at the moment it's 4 times a week, but usually it's 2 to 3 times a week, and I do either, if it's 2 times, I'll do co-working in a variety stream. If it's 3 times, then I just do 1 day of variety. But yeah, it's really fun to build on stream because I get to chat with people and ask questions, and sometimes you might see me go back and forward between a few items. So sometimes there's one build where I put down 4 different coloured curtains, and to you guys I put them down and then I deleted them. I deleted 3 of them and I went and put 1 of them all around. But what actually happened was I put 4 of them down, and then I was like, alright, which one do you guys like better? This is the vibe I'm going for, you know, you've already seen, like, these are the things we built over here. And I just left the camera right where it was, and we chatted, and we came to a decision of the colour curtains that I wanted. And in my video editing process, I just cut out that break. So it looked like I put them down, paused for a second, and then got rid of them and continued. And I love that about this game. And about streaming as well, like the way it all works together. Like I can hang out with you guys on live stream and ask you questions when I get confused or overwhelmed, or you guys can, you know, give me your feedback and comments on what I should do, what I shouldn't do, that sort of stuff, and I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic, because I really, sometimes do struggle and do desperately need some help, and you guys definitely do that for me. So when we're over on stream, and then when I'm doing the videos, it doesn't matter because you guys don't see all those things because I end up cutting them out. Same with like all the break screens and like the moments where we're just chatting and hanging out and whatnot. And it also does mean I get to play some other games and have fun. But at the moment it's kind of a rush to do as many builds as possible because I have jury duty soon, and that's going to go for 4 weeks, and I'm barely at the end of this week. Ideally at the end of this week I would have been almost finished this month, but I've been a little distracted. So actually I can look at it, at the end of this week. Oh, okay. What I'm building today was what I was supposed to build last week Thursday, so I'm a little far behind, but I'm also kind of far ahead in terms of editing and things like that. Last week I was focusing on editing and I actually did a lot of building. This week I'm going to be focusing on focusing on, I don't know, I'm going to be focusing on just getting things done, and I'm getting them done, thankfully. Like today I'm going to edit a couple more videos, and then I'm going to stream and do those builds. Tomorrow I'm going to voice as many of those videos as possible and edit and upload them as possible, so that they're all just like done and ahead and I don't have to worry about them, so that on Thursday I can do some more building. But okay, occasionally I will also do some building in on my non-stream days as well. Usually it's to finish the builds that I haven't finished, but I also do try and do that after stream. Like when I lose energy and I can tell that I'm probably gonna have to end up here, I gotta go feed my cat Macy, gotta go feed myself, and all that sort of stuff. I do sometimes end without finishing the build properly, and it's usually last minute landscaping stuff, last minute details that I'm just like, I really don't know, I need to walk away and come back to this. And so I do that. I walk away and I come back and finish it. So I'm hoping today to do where are we? Licky tongue, coughing, and wheezing, which is super exciting. And that will take me to the rest of the week, which is pretty cool because I've already done Wednesday and Thursday's builds. I just need to edit them, which I'll be doing after this video, before the stream. And I don't know, it's kind of super fun and exciting. I love being ahead. I love being on top of things. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel confident, and it helps me stay ahead. I just have to make sure to stay off my phone, which is my biggest problem, because as soon as I pick it up, it's game over. I get so distracted. I get so like out of it. So I will definitely make sure to stay focused today, and over the next coming week, I definitely have to head down, bum up, and get a lot of things done because, jury duty starts next week, the middle of next week. So I'm gonna, try and get as much done until then. In the future, if you do notice that the videos, maybe I seem a little, like, maybe I'm talking about the same thing over and over again, or if I seem distracted, or if I'm not talking about news or things like that, that would be why. It's, because I have been pre-recording things and pre-uploading them, pre-building. That's why some of my builds are the same thing. Like there's been kit releases and I haven't been using them straight away, and it's because I've been pre-building, which is so frustrating with some of my builds. I mean, some of them, the build even if I did the build the day that it was due, the pack and the kit that I wanted to use for it wasn't released. But there are some that have been released since, and I can use them now, which is fantastic. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, long story short, you'll be getting a bunch of pre-built builds, a bunch of pre-recorded stuff. I feel like with the recordings, I might do them a day or two in advance, so not too far ahead. So yeah, I'll only be like a day or two hopefully behind with recordings, but that will be starting kind of next week. At the moment, I think the recordings are still going to be kind of night before, day of, maybe a few in the same day just to get ahead, and yeah, I don't know, it'll hopefully be good and help me keep ahead of things, because I definitely don't want to fall behind and stress, because yeah, I do a lot of stressing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I do a lot of stressing, so yeah, fingers crossed we can get things done and not be stressed, and I hope the same for you guys. If you guys have things to do, I hope that you guys can get them done and not be stressed out about doing said things. Because stress is never fun. It's never fun to be worried and freaking out and stressed about getting this, that, and the other done. So, yeah. I hope that you guys can stay focused. I probably will have a couple of co-working streams here and there. I do them, even though I've been doing mostly Sims, I do a couple of co-working streams here and there, just to get a bunch of work done, where for 50 minutes we just stay focused, while we listen to some calm music, and we get work done, and then 10 minutes we come back and we just take a moment to breathe, hydrate, stretch, maybe do a little bit of a puzzle. I always have a puzzle going there. So if you don't have anything to do and you want to hang out, we do have a puzzle for you to come hang out with some chill vibes. But if you need to stay focused, yeah, we've got some dedicated focus study sections. And yeah, I find them to be really, really handy. To just, yeah, sit down, get a bunch of things done, and yeah, just focus on making sure that I'm being productive rather than distracted. I won't lie though, the last co-working stream I did, I was super distracted, but you guys wouldn't have known that because I didn't have my mic on and we were just listening to the chill vibes of the music. So yeah, I don't know, it's usually very good. That was probably my first co-working stream where I just clearly wasn't out of it. I did get some stuff done towards the start, but yeah, I could have gotten a lot more done. But, you know, there's no point to beating myself up. You know, I obviously needed that break. I obviously needed a moment to just rest, relax, and get my mind off things. So, yeah, I want you guys to never feel guilty if you also need to rest, relax, and get your mind off things. Because, you know, we are all deserving of love, rest, and relaxation. So definitely make sure to, yeah, take care of yourself and practice some self-love and some self-care. Hydrate, stretch, get some sunlight, go for a little walk, and any productivity is better than none, so yeah, I'm very proud of you. But anyway, we are getting very close to the end of the build here. If you want to see more stuff like this, make sure to subscribe. I do come out with a video almost every single day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.